The war is escalating, and I want to get you those images of the hospital. Amidst this escalating war between Israel and Hamas, the Israeli Defense Forces have released a video to expose the tactics of Hamas. And this video shows the tunnels that exist and go into Gaza's Rantisi hospital. A network of tunnels where Israeli hostages, incidentally, were also kept underneath that hospital in the basement, according to Israeli army. We bring you this report.
Under fire for targeting hospitals in Gaza, the Israeli Defense Forces have released a video that exposes Hamas. The 6-minute-long video shows an alleged Hamas tunnel which exits into Rantisi Hospital in Gaza.
You can see the tunnel. The tunnel is let down more than 20 meters down. The rowboat found a door that is bulletproof. It's explosives proof. So it looks like a hard evidence, a clear evidence that the hospital direction is connected. We're now entering into the area of the hospital where we had found the evidence. It's a baby bottle in a basement above a World Health Organization sign. This is a suspicion for an area where hostages were being held.
Israel claims Hamas is using hospitals to carry out attacks on Israel.
Underneath the hospital, in the basement, we found a Hamas command and control center, suicide bomb vests, grenades, AK-47 assault rifles, explosive devices, RPGs and other weapons, computers, money, etc.
The IDF has positioned tanks outside Gaza City's main medical center, Al-Shifa Hospital. Israel says there is a tunnel network near the hospital that shelters Hamas fighters who are using patients as shields. Gaza's health ministry, which is run by Hamas, has claimed that 32 hostages have died in the last 3 days. The US and UK have cautioned Israel against attacks on hospitals.
I have not been reluctant in expressing my concerns what's going on. Less intrusive action relative to the hospital. We're in contact and we're with the Israelis. Also, there's an effort to take this pause to deal with the release of prisoners.
I've doubled our aid to Gaza and why we continue to press, both at the United Nations and directly with Israel, for unhindered humanitarian access and urgent and substantive humanitarian pauses.
Since the beginning of the Israel-Hamas war, Israel has targeted multiple hospitals in Gaza, sparking widespread criticism across the world. Bureau Report, India Today.
And two of India's finest war reporters, most experienced war reporters, now join me on this special broadcast. I want to bring into this conversation India Today's Shiv Arur. I also want to bring into this conversation Rajesh Pawar, joining us live from Israel. And Rajesh, Israeli army, the elite Golani Brigade soldiers inside Gaza's Legislative Assembly building. Is this symbolic or is this substantive?
Look, Gaurav, this shows that now IDF is in almost total control of northern Gaza Strip. But now what is interesting is the battle has moved from the ground to the information arena. Now we are seeing that continuously IDF is showing tunnel network under the hospitals, under civilian areas, where the hostages were kept underground. Somehow Israel seems to be losing this war in the information sphere because people have forgotten the atrocities committed by Hamas on 7th of October. And now the entire focus has shifted on the misery, on the humanitarian catastrophe unfolding in Hamas, in Gaza Strip because of the bombings of IDF. And also, now we see these tunnels and all, they're not making much effect. There's pressure from America, there's pressure from UK, and there's pressure from around the world on Israel now to allow humanitarian aid and to allow some kind of ceasefire. And we are seeing that happening in Gaza right now. Gaurav.
Stay with me for a moment. Let me also bring in Shiv into this conversation. Shiv, the significance of the tunnels and the hostages being kept under the Rantisi hospital, the fact that there was a command and control center there. Because in a hospital, Shiv, you'd expect them to have syringes and medicines, not RPGs and grenades, Shiv.
Well, Gaurav, this operation, under the Rantisi hospital is only the latest IDF demonstration from their side, of what they've been claiming all along, that this infrastructure that the Hamas has built to support its terror operations is embedded very well within, civilian institutions and neighborhoods. In this case, the Rantisi hospital, just as it was the case with the Al-Shifa hospital and before that with the Al-Arbi hospital in North Gaza. In this particular demonstration, you actually have an IDF, soldier walking through parts of the Rantisi hospital, including the subterranean zones, the places, below the surface, the part of the tunnel network that has been built by the Hamas with Iranian help, where you see electricity, you see, there's no shortage of resources down there. You've got ammunition, you've got bulletproof jackets, you've got a command and control center. All of this coming in the wake of a series of disclosures from the IDF side of, grenades and RPGs and other weapons found inside a kindergarten school. We saw an amusement park in central Gaza, which had been surrounded by rocket positions as well. The Rantisi hospital now becomes a focal point well over a month into the operations inside the Gaza Strip. Now, you've seen the defense minister of Israel claim that the Hamas is no longer in power, that the people of Gaza have rejected Hamas, they're looting Hamas positions as well. But all of this, remember, still revolves around the outstanding hostage crisis. The Hamas has made some kind of an offer saying 5 days of truce in exchange for 70 hostages. We don't know if that's being taken seriously or that's being negotiated at any level, but it's clear that the diplomatic machinery is working at one level via Qatar, etc. But on the ground, the IDF is very, very focused, very, very determined to not only destroy the Hamas, but at every step expose what it has been saying all along.
Shiv and Rajesh are tracking the story very, very closely. For the moment, gentlemen, for joining me here on India Today, many thanks.
India's #1 political reporter.
Defines what seems to be happening, vendetta politics. कोई दूध के से धुला हुआ नहीं है.
Unmatched eye, unmatched experience.
The world has changed. My black hair has become grey as well.
And with unmatched passion for the story.
Do not monopolize the conversation.
When it's 100% news that matters. It's News Today with Rajdeep Sardesai. Monday to Friday, 9 p.m. Only on India Today TV.